Hello ratbags, it's Jade, welcome to a Terraria update. Don't Starve Terraria crossover event is now available on Steam. If you was hoping to play this on Xbox or PlayStation, unfortunately you're not going to get that chance, not yet, and it's not going to be obviously coming to the Switch either. But there is some good news. Whereas last time they did a crossover event, Terraria, with Dungeon Defenders, it was a limited time event I do believe, until eventually they've added some final pieces. This one is basically going to be a bit different. I'm going to explain everything you need to know about all the new items, new ways to play Terraria, and what you can expect if you jump into Don't Starve. Don't Starve I regularly put in my top 10 survival games of all time, and as well as Terraria being pretty high, even if it is a bit light on survival mechanics. The actual update really makes Terraria even more of a survival game, I would argue. So I'm going to cover all this info, leave a like, let's go. So if you don't know about this, it all started off a good while ago when in a Reddit, since the developer for Terraria basically said he'd love to do something with Don't Starve. There is a snazzy little trailer for it, but Clive are pretty notorious for copyright striking, or at least claiming any video that uses their animated trailers, so I don't really want to show it off too much. But you get the idea. It's going to show the vibe of you surviving in a Don't Starve world using a whole bunch of Terraria items, and obviously fighting off against the icue mini boss. There's also a brand new companion that will come with you, and it looks like lots of the stuff is kind of based around new skins, especially for Don't Starve. In fact, I would say that out of the updates, it looks like Terraria's got more Don't Starve items than maybe Don't Starve has Terraria. Okay, and then when it comes to Terraria, well, you're going to have a new pet that is literally a walk-in money box. Brand new boss to fight and take on. And yep, there is going to be a themed world that you'll be able to put in, a seed generator that basically gives you a chance to drop more Don't Starve items. If you don't eat enough food, you'll start going a bit mad, and that's what happens in the Don't Starve game. Basically darkness envelops you and you can get attacked by all sorts of creatures in the night time. It's a really cool way of adding it. I may have been a bit critical of Terraria lately with the way they handled the Journey's End update for Xbox and PlayStation. But I've got to say, this is quality stuff crossover wise. So as I said, hopefully this means, because it's not going to be a limited time event, eventually console fans, you may be able to enjoy some of this in the future. They're basically calling it the constant. The world will be a very different looking world. It's going to have different set of shaders on top of it, and yeah, you're going to have to worry about food a little bit more. Stay in the light. Total darkness is hazardous to your health. Feed your hunger with tasty food or face the consequences. All you have to do when you go and create a brand new Terraria world, click enter the constant as your world seed upon creating a new world, and that's it. It will start this brand new one, which I am going to be doing pretty much tonight. I may even stream it. So here you can see a gif of the brand new monster. The Deerclops will be in the game. It's going to be a mid to late pre-hard mode boss, so you should be able to face it even if you're relatively new to the game. It's going to have brand new music for it as well. And you need to summon this guy in the cold biomes, in the ice biome. They've got 25 items coming directly from Don't Starve, including a brand new Lucy the Axe item, which I think apparently can talk to you. You're going to have a whole bunch of new pets and summons. This ghost looks pretty cool. And yep, the little pet Chester is going to be pretty much a piggy bank that will run around with you, but not just for gold, for actual resources as well. Now I'm going into the spoiler territory, but they've added a Don't Starve themed seed. Exposed torches and campfires may not be reliable, as rain can put them now out. You need to eat or face hunger and eventual starvation. There's going to be surface marble and above ground spider biomes now. There's going to be rare background clouds featuring characters from Don't Starve can appear. Lots of brand new emotes associated with obviously Don't Starve. And worlds using special seeds will now have unique icons in the world select menu to better tell them apart. There's also going to be a Wilson and Willow of vanity outfits added to the game, a bunch more vanity hats and accessories, 2 food items, the Froggle Bum Witch and the Monster Lasagna, and a full array of standard boss related items from Deerclops. Plus there's also going to be 4 Don't Starve themed paintings. They've also got a bunch of issues corrected with this as well, small little hotfixes. And then Don't Starve team, well, they've gone a bit differently. They've actually added 2 bosses to their game from Terraria. Around the world you'll come across this terrarium set piece, which will basically encounter the Eye of Terror boss, i.e. Terraria's Eye Cthulhu. Also says the Twins of Terror can be summoned for an added challenge. Each boss has its own unique eye-catching equipment item. We've also added new statues of these bosses to show off your triumphs. The new critter that you can pretty much keep around you is going to be this guy, a peeper. They're also adding a brand new food item and a couple new crock-pot recipes. There's a bunch of new item skins added, as well as a 3-piece character set inspired by Terraria's trader, or travelling merchant I should say. Now apparently you can buy these skins with spool, which obviously can only be earned in the game. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Sadly, it does look like Don't Starve are viewing this more as a temporary thing. They've got a bunch of skins that you'll be able to claim, but it's only going to be available till December, which kind of sucks. So I hope when they do eventually, if they do bring this out to console, that yeah, it is something they consider. And that's pretty much it. There's a whole bunch more items, new merch and stuff that you can buy. I ain't gonna lie, I have just gone and downloaded a bunch of new skins and stuff, because I kind of like the look of them. But that's where we're at the moment. As usual though, it does seem like Terraria really just can't actually give some console fans some sort of hope. There's nothing explaining about when they're going to produce this for console. So there's not a guarantee it will come, but I'm pretty sure the Dungeon Defenders stuff did eventually make its way there. Or at least one of the characters they ended up making a permanent NPC. And it seems like the devs aren't replying back to the hundreds of comments that have popped up, especially on obviously the Terraria post. So fingers crossed we'll hear news about that. And as soon as we do get news about it coming to console, I'll let you guys know. So there we go, I may go and check out some of this stuff. Just a quick update, let you know it's live now. Check it out on Steam. It should be going forward for Don't Starve and Terraria at the same time. Until next time, Ratbags, laters.